you spoke to Gareth Southgate after the loss last night. How was he?
Down. Like, you know, he's disappointed. There's nothing here. This has been a great 6 weeks. It's lifted. We've got rid of this north-south divide. It didn't matter. The whole country was united. And also, we can look optimistically for the future. You know, he's got the FA now as a respectable unit for the moment. So he got everything in place. But the word heroes we shouldn't be using.
We're trying to find someone to blame, and I think we found someone. Lord Sugar is joining us from Venice.
Oh, thank goodness.
Lord Sugar, you were chairman of Tottenham Hotspur. There were 5 Tottenham Hotspur players in the team, as you kept reminding us. So presumably this morning you would accept that Tottenham Hotspur have cost England the World Cup.
Well, I think there was an absence of Arsenal players in the whole of the tournament, as you know, which goes to show that you've got nothing to look forward to. Yeah, look, they're a young team. You've got some very good professionals there with you in your studio, and I think they've said it all. I think the positive thing to look forward to is that sometimes you have to lose in order to learn.
You were a striker.
Yes.
In fact, you were a striker.
Not as good as Harry Kane.
Well, you actually, you know what? You won 7 women's Premier League titles, 9 FA Cup women's FA Cups, 1 women's Champions League. You played in 2 World Cups for England, and you played for Arsenal. You're about as good as it gets. Harry Kane would love a record like that. So, what did you make though of Harry Kane last night? Bit disappointing.
I didn't think that was the best game we had.
After about 10 minutes of the second half, I never felt confident we were going to win that game.
We didn't keep the ball well enough, and they did. We were chasing shadows. We were using a lot of energy, and of course,
let's go back to Lord Sugar. He wants to chip in. Lord Sugar, you've been listening to this debate.
Yeah, Peter, I think you're being a little bit negative there. I watched the whole game. You know, we had some great shots on goal. They could have just as easily gone in as their ones went in.
Yeah, I think early on we did, yeah.
I'm not a great admirer of Terence Venables, as you know, but one of the things he did say to me in the early days of Spurs is a lot of luck involved in football. And when the ball goes in the box and it bounces off some player and it hits another one on the backside and then it bounces off of someone's knee, the ball drops in a certain place, you either score it or you don't. And we had a few of those scuffles also. Yeah, and we could be having a completely different discussion today.
Yeah,
really.
No, I think you what as a defender, you sense danger. You know, Kyle Walker, you don't let somebody come across you. You make sure you move towards the ball. It's just little bits. I mean, listen, I think the team did fantastic. I thought
Could we just clarify, how many times have you played for England, Peter?
Just a few, just 125.
And just remind me, Lord Sugar, how many caps? Sorry,
129.
So we got nearly 250 caps here for England. Alan, could you remind me how many, Lord Sugar, I beg your pardon, how many times you've played for England?
Well, I haven't played for England, but I've sat and watched, you know, most really 10,000 football games, and I stick by what I say, luck, you know, a lot of luck, and it's as simple as that.
Alan Smith, as the mentor for Gareth, his stock has risen massively. I was one of the people, when he first got the job, I was not in favour of it. I thought he was a cheaper option in terms of we didn't go and pay a lot of money for a top draw manager. He's completely proven me wrong. I think he's got the team spirit going. He's got the players going. I'm actually very encouraged by England's performance.
Well, let me say, first of all, we spent a lot of money on Sven. We spent even more on Capello. Neither of them lived in the country for any long time. They used to turn up 6 weeks before a game and go home 4 weeks. What Gareth has managed to do is get a national identity. He understands it. He's played over 50 games for England himself while we're talking about caps, so he knows what playing's about. So I think there's a lot of room for optimism. And what is good about him in many ways is he listens to other people, but he does the job full-time, Piers. He's in the office at 8 and he leaves at 6. He just doesn't come in, sort of say a few words to the players and then go off.
No. Rachel, you got to the quarterfinals, I think, of 2 World Cups for England. So you know that disappointment, the crushing feeling, you know, when you can feel it, you're close to the final and you don't get there. What is it like for these players? What advice would you give them from your experience?
Well, it's so hard. I mean, today will probably be the worst day for them. You know, all those things, those what-if moments that are probably running through your head. But really, you've just got to... You probably want to go away, go on holiday, and get away from it.
Game on Saturday.
Yes,
got to play.
We all agree.
No one wants to play
this third, fourth playoff thing is completely nonsense.
I mean, as a player, once you've lost the semi-final, you just want to go home because, let's be fair, the season starts in about 3 weeks and they've had no rest. They've been away, they've been preparing, so you just don't really want to play in it. But unfortunately, they've got to, and you've got to get yourself. You know, you've got to put a performance in. But I agree with Alan. I think Gareth Southgate. You know, the players respect him, and that's all he can. And I think he's done a great job.
That's an unusual thing is we're out of the tournament and people want the manager to stay on.
Yeah, exactly.
Two things on that, by the way. He ended up by not being such a cheap option because when he first took the job, I think the FA thought, this is a nice boy, we can shove him about. And he actually stood his ground and said, no, this is what I want. This is the term of my contract. Once he got that in place, he said, look, I want a good staff. Just as far as Saturday goes, I don't think there's a lot of point in putting out our I think mentally and physically they're going to be down. I think Gareth is better to start playing for the future.
It is an opportunity, Alan, to actually give one or two other players who have been hanging around, been great for the squad, give them a chance to play in the World Cup.
But you know,
and for the future, that's good.